Hey, what's up everyone? So today we're going to be vinyl wrapping my car. So what I purchased was I got some 3M vinyl wrap from eBay. It's a matte gray. So I ordered 5 feet by 36 feet of it. The total came out to be 350 bucks, and this is like just barely enough for my S14. I also purchased some plastic and felt vinyl squeegees. These helped out a ton, and also a heat gun. All those things are pretty much necessary to do a vinyl wrap yourself. In total, I've spent about 15 hours on it so far, and I probably have about 3 hours left. I was kind of hoping that this vinyl wrap would be like a one-day thing, and I'd be done, but it takes a little bit longer than that. I'd probably say like a 2 or 3 day weekend, and you could have your car completely vinyl wrapped. The first things I did when I vinyl wrapped was, one, I cleaned the car and filled some dents, and just like painting your car, vinyl wrapping will show a lot of little imperfections your car has, and it will also show rocks or dirt that are on the car. So I just cleaned it, and then I used wax and grease remover just to make sure there wasn't anything weird, so that the vinyl would stick really tight. After that, I cut a vinyl sheet to size. So the vinyl comes on like a huge roll, and you got to cut it off. So I started off with the hood, so that was pretty easy. Just kind of laid it down, cut it where I needed to, and I left a little bit extra just in case there was error, and you just cut it off at the end with the razor blade. And then I taped the vinyl on the panel, and I take half the backing off. And so what you'll want to do is you'll want to start from the middle out. And if you don't do this, you'll be left with like a bunch of creases in the middle. So this is how you can get the smoothest results from the vinyl. So you start from the middle and go out. And I started with just doing half the vinyl, so then the backing is like folded over on the other side. So once you do the one half, you pull off the rest of the backing. I like just pull as like pretty hard and make sure it's all smooth, and then I start squeegeeing down. I didn't use any water. I know there's like a water method that you can do, but I just did it dry with the 3M. That's how you're supposed to do it with that. So then you cut off the edges and make sure they stick to the car in between the panels, or under the car, or under the weather stripping. And I just use the squeegee for that. And so you want to make sure that the edges are sticking really good so that nothing comes up later. So yeah, you rinse and repeat on every panel. So a few tips. If you get a crease, just all you have to do is pull up the vinyl and then use a heat gun on the crease, and the heat gun will basically like make the crease disappear. So that's pretty great. And then around corners, and basically the two hardest things are like your front and back bumper. There's a lot of curve. And so you just gotta stretch as much as possible and use a ton of heat gun. On my back bumper, I kind of went too quickly, and there's a bunch of creases everywhere, so don't do that. But on my front bumper, I spent a lot more time on it, and there's not as many creases, and you can't really tell that much. So those are the tips.